ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ignore the buzz. We're not coming to you live from your local air shelter or whatever. Actually, you may as well be, mate, because at the moment, the setting that you're in it looks fantastic. Welcome to episode 2 of Truth Seeking with Tinfoil Jack and Conspiracy Jim. Let's start off top of the show. How's it going your end, mate?
All right, man. I've fucking been having a few bouts today with vegans and that, but other than that, can't really complain. What are we going to talk about then today? What's the theme?
We'll get onto that in fair time. But what have you been doing with the vegans?
They've just been whinging today. They're fucking making videos saying to report me and that on TikTok and that, but so I was doing them back, and then they started reporting me for fucking reporting them, and it made a little vicious downhill cycle kind of thing. So I just sort of fucking keep talking to them. There was one that kept talking at me, all this nonsense, saying, "Oh, you're cruel, this is cruelty." So I'm trying to explain that, look, if I kick a cat down the road, that's cruel. If I kick a dead cat down the road, that's not cruel. It's a weird thing to do, but it's not cruelty. And they don't see it, mate. They see that's still cruel to do that to dead things. But you can't win with them, innit? There's no winning. It's just fucking...
I've got to admit, in my years of kicking cats, I've always felt worse when I kicked one that was like still meowing.
Yeah, but then how do you know if you've kicked it hard enough? That's the question, innit?
That's a very good question. I mean, they usually let out a very specific sound if kicked hard enough.
It's that sound of the lung just puncturing.
Yeah. It's a sound of 9 lives going down to about 3 or 4 tops. I have brought today. I don't know, the viewers at home, the listeners at home, won't be able to hear this, but you'll be able to see it. I have brought a copy today of a book I bought on the internet. For the listeners at home, it's called Branding Terror. The logotypes and iconography of insurgent groups and terrorist organizations, by Artur Belbifus and Francesco Trevini Bellini. This may or may not feature throughout the show. I haven't decided yet. It's okay. There. It's there as like a curveball or a wild card.
We could use it like a Rorschach test, mate.
What do you see? Hang on.
Yeah, what do you see? I mean, it's no good as it's a fucking more like a visual pun yet again. It's like my crab joke from last week, but fuck it. Well,
let's what you see. What do you see?
What do I see? I see, lift it up a little bit. You're just showing me the page number or something. I see a spaceship abducting Hith, and from inside of a book.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Actually, the elements used in the HIF logo symbolise the organisation's Islamic identity. A minaret, usually a part of a mosque, bearing the group's initials, emerges from a book representing the Quran. This evokes notions of the divine and associates the HIF and its work with Allah, conferring spiritual and religious legitimacy. Above the minaret is the Arabic word dawah, to summon or to invite, most widely used in the sense of to call for prayer. The concept of dawah relates to understanding Islam through a process of dialogue, thus symbolising HIF's aims of promoting greater understanding of Islam. Positioning the world within the rays of the sun associates it with the divine. On the pages of the book are the words alam, knowledge, science or learning, and amal, work, both of which are part of the philosophy the organisation wants to protect. Learning and working are integral to a meaningful Islamic life. So yeah, I mean, you've passed this Rorschach test. You're not quite mentalist, but you could be an Islamic fundamentalist.
I mean, so could you with that belly though, man. I think it's kind of fun that we both look like 90s throwbacks. Like, you look like you could have been in the IRA, like sort of mid-90s or so, and I've got this sort of, what do we say, Big Lebowski get-up going on.
Big Lebowski, if he had to live in London and couldn't afford fees, and that room you're in is all he could afford.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a sink in the corner. Right. What did I ask you to research? Yes, I'm not actually. I'll clarify
Well,
this.
we didn't ask to research.
Yeah, we didn't ask to research anything. About less than 24 hours ago, I said we could be doing something about this. What did
Which
I
I
say?
took it as we are doing something about that, because otherwise that's one hell of a curveball. Like, to say prepare for this, and then I think you were trying to throw me under the bus if I didn't know any better. If you decided to go on, we'll have an hour on Islamic terrorists instead, but you've prepared for it was Eminem a mutant or an X-Man.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. That's what I asked you to do, though. That is what I asked you to do. People are kicking off about this being in fucking me and mono and one in stereo. That's true. I don't know if there's anything I can fucking do about it. We had this issue last week. Wagwan, what's happened? Talk?
Hello.
Ah, there we go. We've got it split between channels now. That should fucking do it.
Better.
Right. So, yes, I asked you to look into the possibility of celebrities being, well, a select number of celebrities being mutants. The reason for this, and it's a very loose reason, but it's just bear with us. Stevie Wonder, right?
Okay.
Blind man. Yes.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Yeah.
Well, I'm here to tell you, you are wrong. Stevie, please tell me, and for anyone now kicking off in the chat, I've now split it between channels, so you'll hear me through one side and Jack through the other. So shut the fuck up. Just pipe down, boys. Okay? Now, Stevie Wonder, have you ever seen the video of him catching a mic stand?
No, I've not. Is that a thing?
It's.
I saw that video of him when he was driving a taxi for a few months, wasn't he? After like his third album came out, he was a taxi driver. Have you seen that?
What? No, I definitely haven't. Please enlighten me of this.
Oh, I was just taking a piss, bro. I thought you were fucking. You're being serious. He caught him. How did he catch a mic stand then?
See? You think I'm taking the piss? You think I'm full of jibes? Not everything I do is jokes. There's a video, Stevie Wonder and a whole load of other celebrities doing a sing-song, right?
Yeah.
And as someone passes, they kick a mic stand. The mic stand is falling over. Now, Stevie Wonder is in the middle of 3 people, all of whom are singing into that mic stand. The other 2 people, either side of him, are not blind. Stevie Wonder is the first to react and catches that mic stand.
You wouldn't put 3 blind singers together on a stage, though, would you? Not together. You'd give them each a chaperone or something.
Not unless you were doing some sort of like
3 blind mice.
Yeah, exactly. If you were doing like a fucking pantomime, and you had Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and
Go on. There's got to be a third. We can get 5 minutes out of this, bro.
Who's the third blind singer? Gabrielle only had one eye. Does that count?
Well, it can do, yeah. Blind in one eye. Stick her on one side of him, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose if you
maybe in the middle, so she can nudge them both.
I was going to say, stick her on whichever side her remaining eye is, put her on that end, because then she's got some sort of peripherals on what's going on.
Yeah, but she'd know that the other 2 definitely don't. I don't think that'd help her feel safe.
Yeah, but, I mean, in the age of Me Too, surely it's better that the woman has her one remaining eye on the 2 men who may not have any working eyes, apart from Stevie Wonder, but they do still have wandering hands.
Oh. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you could say that, but I mean, you've got a crowd there. I would assume there was a crowd there. But then again, if you've got blind singers, do you really need to sell the tickets? You could be like, yeah, it's a sold-out gig, mate. It's fucking brilliant.
It's rammed in.
And you've got like 10 people in a corner with some soundproofing round them, with microphones all around the room and speakers just on the stage. It'd be like a reverse concert, mate.
Well, I tell you what, blind singers be having a much better time with these socially distanced gigs because they'll have no idea that the crowds have got any smaller.
No.
Nothing's changed for them. Blind artists right now should be thriving.
I'm not going to argue, you know. I honestly can't think of a reason why they wouldn't. And I'm struggling to think of reasons why specifically blind people would, but, you know, fucking hell. But he caught a mic stand, but you would think that with the mic stand that it would be, if you're going to, say you've got he was just the only blind guy, wasn't he? He wasn't there with like fucking Ray Charles it wasn't like some weird charity gig.
No, it was a big celebrity thing. Quite a few celebrities. Like, imagine like a Live Aid situation.
Okay.
It was like one of them. And
so was it tethered to him?
No, it wasn't connected to him in any way. It was a mic stand just stood doing mic stand shit.
Does it double up as his walking cane? You know, like his seeing stick? Because
Well,
if it doesn't, he's missing a trick there. He should have a little stand built in, like a little tripod in the bottom. Squeeze the top of it so it fires out at the bottom and drops on the floor, and he just screws his microphone into the top.
So he could just do an impromptu performance at any point.
Yeah, like fucking Seal.
Wait there. Are you saying Seal does have that?
Well, no, I'm not saying he has the stick, but he does impromptu gigs, doesn't he? Like a few years, good for you, about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. He did a random little gig in Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester, and I think he had a concert that night.
Everything about that man makes me love him. Seal became like, it became a recurrent joker after sessions when we used to like go to raves, take pills. Seal became a proper recurrent joke that we used time and time again, to the point where when people would go for a piss, I used to sing "Kiss from a Rose" to them, and they couldn't piss.
No, I'm not surprised.
It's a very effective piss stopper. But we are digressing. Yeah. I raised to you that Stevie Wonder isn't in fact blind, but he just has to wear the glasses because basically he's a bit like that bloke off Star Trek.
I thought he was going to go for Cyclops from X-Men. He fucking fires laser beams out his head if he takes his sunglasses off. That's
also a possibility. I was getting there. I was going to say the Star Trek mush first, and then you've pipped us to the post. I don't know
Star Trek in it, but go ahead.
You may not know Star Trek, but like there was another black gentleman that used to wear like these very futuristic sunglasses with what looked like red LEDs across them, and that was his like he had special shit to do with them basically. I think Stevie Wonder is like that. I think that we are missing out on a very special upper echelon.
What if Stevie Wonder isn't actually any good at playing the piano, and in fact he's just got an advanced set of glasses like Google Specs, but better, because they don't just like give you a migraine. Clearly, he can use them, and you know how you got them electric keyboards where the keys light up. What if he's got that, but it's in his glasses?
Like VR.
Yeah. Bit of augmented reality going on in front of him.
And he's had that for like. But Stevie Wonder has been hoarding VR technology for about 30, 40 years.
Yeah, just to get ahead in the music game, mate. You've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you?
Has he been responsible for the developments in VR porn?
Possibly. Possibly. Because it would, in a way, it makes porn more... It's visceral, the word, like it's actually there, innit? So... maybe that would be useful for someone who's visually impaired to have it all around them. But then again, why would you want that? If you were going to do that, if you were blind and you were making porn, you'd make something that uses... Have you ever been to like Disneyland where you go and watch the Muppet Show and it fires water out the seat in front of you into your face?
4D.
4D, yeah. We should do porn like 4D. So that it just like, you put it on, you put like a helmet on, and it just smells of like fucking... A little farty, a little cheesy, a bit of BO going on, all of those sort
all the
of
good stuff.
Yeah. Dirty taxis. Fucking
garlic sauce and despair.
Old Bay.
I wonder if Ray Charles had anything to do with it, because Ray Charles used to have this thing where he reckoned he could tell if a lass was fit or not by just like touching her wrist. He'd go to say hello to her and shake her hand, and he'd like put his hand around her wrist, and like he could determine if a lass was like large or small, or if she was attractive based on the feel of her wrist. And I wonder if he collaborated in any way, and the development was like, right, this is for blind blokes. We know that if they've got this wrist, they're fit. So we need to build that into the VR technology. And basically, for blind people,
it's like a dildo, but it's a wrist.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Have a squeeze at his wrist.
VR porn is just wrists. For blind people, it's just, oh, that's a fucking good wrist. That. Oh.
The business, though, the little tagline there, you could have a quick off the wrist.
You're wasted in taxidermy, mate. You should be in marketing.
I definitely should be in marketing, mate. That's why I market all my own stuff.
Well, that's the reason I'd tell everyone as well. That is the reason I'd tell everyone.
Not because I work terribly in a team and I'm a nightmare to be around.
Well, that makes two of us, mate, and that's why the only person I can get to do a joint podcast with us is someone who lives at the opposite end of the country that we're doing through webcams and microphones, because nobody wants to be in the same room.
No.
So,
I know exactly what that's like.
Going down the road of mutant celebrities, basically, I think there's, in the upper echelons of society, there are, now whether they were born like this or whether this has come through the use of adrenochrome or experimental surgery, stem cells.
What about the moon, bro? I know I bring the moon up a lot into everything, but genuinely the moon, people have always seemed to believe that eclipses have some form of power over humans. And there was a massive eclipse this year, which I've been listening to Coast all day, so my head's full of fucking weird shit again. I shouldn't have done this, but I'm just going to be repeating all the stuff I've heard off the Weird Americans again.
I'm sure that's all right.
Well, I guess it'll help fill the show. And there was this guy that was saying there was a massive eclipse that eclipsed over basically Eastern Asia over around about the same time that the coronavirus took hold, and that's caused a massive increase in something that's happened to the way people interact with each other on a they keep calling it a metaphysical level, and I really don't believe that that's either the right word or a word at all for the way they're using it, the context they use it in. But
I mean, it's a word. It's definitely a word.
But they just throw it around there, and it's like, no, I think you're saying this word because you think you want us to know I think they want us to think we know what it means. Or they want us to believe they know what it means. Yeah.
I hate that. Do you know what? When I listen to podcasts, you can tell when someone's learned a new word because they use it like 6, 7, 8 times during a 1-hour show.
And then they'll name the show after it.
Yeah, and it's like, well done, mate. We all know that word as well. I'm glad you've joined the crew. But I mean, the moon could be one, but that.
Heroes, man, that could be what Heroes was. I've got this fucking paranoid concept in it that the fucking all TV is a thing to drip feed information into us to get us ready for things and accept things as they become into reality. In Heroes, they are all their powers manifested because of an eclipse in the moon, but that's also linked with this other sort of evil, in quotation marks, corporation that I can't remember the name of, that knew the moon would do this, so they implanted DNA into people.
Now, and I watched Heroes, and it was a bloody good show. However...
But that's not what it was about, you're going to say.
No. If this was to be related to the moon, then why is it specifically affecting AAA class, like, upper echelons of society? I'd argue that the moon would be a much more inclusive event, and you'd have people from all aspects being affected. This, I tend to find, seems to be specifically with the rich, the famous, and the influential. Also, before we move on, do you know the lass from Heroes?
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, you
you
see.
only want to know the name of.
You see who she goes out with?
No.
See who she's married to?
No. Go on.
If I'm not wrong, it's one of the Klitschko brothers, the boxers. Like, and she's such a small lady, and he is such a giant man.
I bet they both have a lovely time.
I feel so sorry for her pelvis. What's the name? Heroes
Hayden.
Woman.
Heroes woman. Aye.
Hayden.
I know her name was Hayden.
Hayden Panettiere. Where's your fucking
Not to spell
spouse,
second,
mate?
you know.
Where's your fucking... Vladimir Klitschko. She's going out one of the fucking hardest boxers ever to exist. She's tiny. He is like...
Well, that makes you think Heroes was real, mate. Because she had to survive. So why would she now go, unless Heroes has really fucked with her head, why would she try and find someone who can protect her against pretty much anything?
Also, she's the one that recovers all the time, and you would need to be able to recover fast and often if you were getting absolutely slammed from Vladimir Klitschko every day.
I don't know what the guy looks like, innit? And I've got no idea how I would spell that name to look at him. I'm just trying to picture him in my head as a big fuck-off boxer.
He was not just a big fuck-off boxer, he's got one of the best records heavyweight boxers of all time. He beat everyone, he was world champion for ages. Him and his brother both pretty much just ran boxing for a very long time, and he went into politics, actually, in Ukraine.
All right.
But just imagine a giant Ukrainian bloke, and that's Vladimir Klitschko, and she is tiny. There's a picture of them together on the internet.
He's kind of got a face, though, that makes him look like he could be like, what's the word for it I'm looking for, like a synth.
Metaphysical.
Metaphysical. What the fuck's the word, man? Like a fucking clone kind of thing.
Yeah. Like
he's got a face
Simp's
like
a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I tell you what,
if that ties in with your mutant idea, innit? The fucking synths, because then they could make these people and put the characteristics into them that they wanted. And maybe our original, like the celebrities that we did have, like, for example, let's say Elvis. Elvis clearly had some form of power over people, and he's long dead, so we can probably say whatever we want about him, even if we wanted to allude the fact he was most likely a pedo.
He isn't. No, not most likely. He was a nonce. He got his lass. His lass was on like 15. Yeah, she was 14. On like 14, and then he says he waited until they married when she was 16.
Except he pretty much paid for her and kept her in a shed, or whatever he wants to call it.
Quite similar to where you are right now.
Yeah, innit? Well, she didn't have a cheap light and a fishing rod. She just had a bucket to piss in.
There. You've got a fishing rod. Have you got a bucket of chicken as well? Has Gaza been up to save you? Are you Raoul Moore? Has Gaza come to save you from shooting the police and yourself?
Not recently, innit? The fishing rod's more of a memento of our time together.
I'll be honest, Gaza needs all the mementos he can get, because he definitely can't remember that day. Right, so, few things. Where was I going with this? Elvis. He could be a mutant. He could have been a very early experiment of the white man trying to...
disrupt black culture.
Well, no, I was going to say capitalise on black culture, and basically a bit of eugenics, but they wanted to take all of the best traits from black people and basically steal them for the whites. And Elvis was like an early experimental version of this. So they were like, what can we do? He's not a good runner, so we're not going to try and give him like the athletic genes. What about music and dancing? So they took blues. They took blues genes. I don't know who they took. Maybe like Howlin' Wolf or something like that. They went to Howlin' Wolf, B.B. King or something, and they just took a nice syringe full of blood, fucked around with the cells a bit, put it in Elvis, and that's where Elvis came from.
It was like that scene in the first Captain America. So he goes in there, this weedy lad, and then he just comes out of the machine fucking gyrating around the room like Quagmire chasing all the scientists. The head scientist there with a clipboard going, "Somebody get this man a guitar."
Yeah. Somebody get this guy some reefer stat. He knows what he's doing. I mean, yeah, he's a very early one. You've also got, there's some other arguments for this man. What about Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage, both rumoured to be vampires? They have been. You can
heard that about Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Or Nicolas Cage. I've never in all the weird shit I've seen, I've never seen this. I thought these were two people that you'd have some sort of background knowledge on because of your interest in law and like everything cryptozoological and shit like that. I honestly thought this would be right up your alley. So,
there's a couple of theories about Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage that they're both vampires because they can be found in artwork going back hundreds of years, artwork and photography of people that look. It's not even the spitting double. It's them. It's them.
I've seen that for Leonardo DiCaprio though and all.
Really?
I've seen people. I don't know if they were Photoshop. You never know, innit? But I'd say a few years ago on Reddit, someone had put together there was an Imgur post they'd put on Reddit, and it was loads of these photographs and paintings of people that were supposed to be like prolific leaders of Europe and that, and a lot of them looked like celebrities, and one of them that stands out was the Leonardo DiCaprio lookalike guy.
See, now what this does is this sort of contradicts your synth idea, because this suggests that these people have been around ages. Either that, or synth technology has been around for a lot longer than we think it has. So perhaps when the original Illuminati came about back in the 1100s or whenever it was, whenever the original thinkers came up with it,
when they laid the keystone, wasn't it, in Washington?
Yep.
That was, I think Benjamin Franklin did that. That was, oh fuck me, I want to say something 80 something. I know that's no good to anyone, but
no. I've
got it written down somewhere.
The original Illuminati.
I'm going through, like, if you like, this playthrough of civilization, if you like.
No, founded in 1776.
76.
Yep. A name given to several groups, both real and fictitious. Historically, the name usually refers to the Bavarian Illuminati. And
I was thinking of the Masons.
Yeah, yes, yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Although the Masons, that dates back to before then as well, because the Masons come from like Scottish history.
Aye, but it's America was supposed to be their first bit of land that they had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Believed by many, anyway.
Yes. But this Illuminati dates back to the 1700s, although there's also argument that it was used before then. However, Illuminati, basically, what I'm saying is they're a bit like the Institute from Fallout 4 or Fallout. Remember the Institute are the ones that they're trying to repopulate the Earth with synths to do recon, to do whatever, and they're experiments. But the ones we're seeing, the ones that have made it through life, and the ones that are celebrities, they are successful experiments. So the Leonardo DiCaprios, Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage. I'm throwing Stevie Wonder in there. I'm throwing Stevie Wonder in as a little bit of a I
hope it's not as a token.
No. What I was going to say was he's one that they were like, well, it's flawed. It's not well-rounded in the way we hoped, but he does these two things extremely well that it would be really harsh of us to get rid of him. So we'll roll him out, and we've just got to watch what he does. Either that, or like I say, behind those glasses is something far more powerful that we're not allowed to see.
Possibly. Like inside the fucking TARDIS or something.
Yeah.
All of time and space all at once, just in fucking his head.
Well, maybe if you look into Stevie Wonder's eyes, you actually find out the truth.
The meaning of life is just in there.
Just whatever you're seeking for. Go on.
Oh no, I just thought of something when you were saying, was it the guy with the wrist who could look at wrists and that and be like, oh, you can tell that. I remembered from Coast to Coast yesterday, I was listening to a guy who was I think he called himself a palmologist and astrologist. He called himself. I don't know if that's actually a
scammer.
thing.
A scammer.
Well, no, I don't know though, because it adds credence to what you're saying. Because he said within the wrist and the part of your hand by the thumb to the wrist is you can actually learn there all about a person's body from the grooves in the hand there.
Can you?
So if this guy, the musician knew that, and he had or he thought he had that, but even then though, fucking, he could just be like, if you're blind, or even you pretend to be blind, there's a bit in a bar or something, and you're like, oh, I can tell if you're a good-looking bird by having a squeeze of your wrist, and you just go up to someone that is clearly a solid 3, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a fucking year here. You go and have a squeeze of that wrist, and you go, oh, you must be beautiful. You've got a lovely wrist here. Oh, look at this. Oh, that knobbly bit there. Oh, you can't always feel that knobbly bit. You mustn't be a big piece. She's gonna love that. Anyone would. If a blind person came up to me and went, if anyone came up to me and went, oh, you're a good-looking lad, I'd ignore that they were blind. You don't remember that bit, do you? You put that out your head.
No, not at all, not at all. I've got rid of most reservations about people as soon as they've come up and said something nice to us. I'm usually like, what? Yes, sound. I mean, your mouth's working and your eyes are both looking in the same direction. That'll do. That'll literally do. It's better than sometimes.
But it's nice though to have a cross-eyed girl though, because she can look you in the eye and look at your dick at the same time while she's tossing you off or something, man. And there's something to that.
I honestly don't want to be able to see the reaction of someone who can look at my penis and display the reaction of looking at my penis to my face at the same time, because I imagine it's never a good thing.
There we go.
The globe in the logo of Al Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb,
the books come out,
represents the group's aim of establishing a worldwide Islamic caliphate. The black flag, based on the battle flag of the Prophet Muhammad, see page 51, represents this caliphate and connects the current jihad struggle to the jihad of early Islam. The Shahada, the Muslim declaration of faith, symbolises the group's devotion to Islamic ideals. The AK-47 assault rifle symbolises militancy, which the group is ready to employ in order to achieve its aims. Now, I've got to admit, out of all the logos, you don't get many like that, do you? That is a globe with a flag coming out the top and an AK-47.
Aye. I wonder where that... If you was to sort of draw that out, though, so you could see the other side of the earth, I wonder where the base of the AK is. And is that going to be like something special there? Do you know what I mean?
I'm looking, and from where it is, it looks like Alaska. What sort of issues could Al Qaeda have with Alaska?
We could bring it back to last week with Bigfoot. There's a shitload of Bigfoot stuff there.
There is. Yeah. Do you reckon Afghans have got an issue with Bigfoot? I think Bigfoot's...
I don't know why. Probably the least of their concerns, to be honest.
I was going to say, they've been at war with many things over the year. I don't think they've ever had to fight with Bigfoot. But
that could also be why they never lose, bro. They might be working with them.
Well, they do tend to have a lot of hair.
I guess.
The Al Qaeda bunch they're a fan of a good long haircut and a good beard. But what does take me back quite a bit is the fact that they're basically using a Russian gun to advertise a Muslim caliphate, which is think of that what you will. Now, we may come back to that later. Back to mutants.
What a way to break it up. That needs a bit of a jingle behind it, bro, when we read a page from the book.
I've got something about the mutants and the synths. What about Avril Lavigne?
What, she supposedly died 3 times and been replaced.
She's been replaced.
3 times she's been replaced, or 2 times she's been replaced.
She's definitely been replaced at least once.
Why would you... Out of all of the musicians in that to replace, why Avril Lavigne?
Right, I've got an answer.
Or is it so that because they know no one would truly care or notice?
No.
Does she have a big fan base? Does she? Because I've never really.
Well, this is the thing. Let's think. So they're testing the water basically with figures who are in entertainment, who are in the media. Basically, they test it, or they create these people and put them in entertainment because the rest of the public, that's who we idolize, that's who we see, that's who we love. Like celebrities, we like to see artists, we like to see musicians. So the reason they're testing them on those is because if they did it with politicians or anything, we wouldn't care. We don't like them, we're not bothered. So they did it with Elvis. He was the first person to massively exploit and prostitute black music, and he did it very well indeed, and he made a lot, and the people loved him. And then you've got Stevie Wonder, same sort of crack. Keanu Reeves, same sort of... Who doesn't love Keanu Reeves? Not Jack Nicholson, Nicolas Cage, Leonardo DiCaprio. These have all been very successful. I put it to you that Avril Lavigne was a test to see how millennials would deal with the synth, and see if millennials would adopt the synth as previous generations have adopted these historical synths. And she had a big hit with Skater Boy, and the Illuminati lizards were all like, here, we've smashed it again, lads.
We've got the moshers.
Yep, we've smashed it.
The moshers are on board.
However, after her first album, no one gave a fuck about Avril Lavigne. And I think at that point, the execs and the scientists and the big bods were like, look, this needs to go back to the drawing board. We need to fuck around with some circuitry. Let's pull Avril. So they pulled her. They did some research. They took her from like a V2 to a V3 synth or whatever. Changed the shell. Changed the wiring a bit. Stuck in some new RAM. Give it a kick up the arse. And then released Avril. That's in inverted commas for the people who are listening.
Fucking! What if there's races of aliens in different sci-fi stuff called Vril, right?
Yes, there is.
Vril. So
Yep.
what if she was the first test, and that's why it's A Vril, and then from that point on, it's been B Vril, C Vril, and it'll continue like that over generations.
So wait there, are you saying the second one's going to be called Bovril?
Yeah, but we're sort of without the O, so it'd be more like, it'll sound more colloquial.
Bovril Lavigne!
And we've got Avril Lavigne. She's here, she smokes 40 a day.
He was a butcher. She worked down the mines. They both had Saluki greyhounds. He wore a flat cap. She made the pasties. And now they both like a bit of cricket. Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. Avril is a fucking very good point. So, it's Vril, or it's an alien race, a species that are basically carrying out these synth tests.
It could be. It would answer some questions. It brings up a few more, but it would, it answers some of them.
Yeah, it does, because, I mean, which humans would have this power, apart from maybe Bill Gates? Although I think Bill Gates is another one. I don't think I don't think he's behind it. I actually think he's another product of it. And everyone that's saying like Bill Gates is part of the Illuminati, he's trying to manufacture all these vaccines to kill people and fuck them up and control the world. What I think is Bill Gates is actually the fall guy and has been created as the fall guy by those in power, or these Vril or whoever. And I think they've basically put nowhere near all of their intelligence, but they've put a lot of their intelligence into Bill Gates, and he's basically a synth fall guy for the Illuminati elite.
We have similar views on Bill Gates. See, I don't see him as that sort of fall guy. I've always viewed him as the sort of lad that you hang around with because you don't really like him, but you don't really fit in with the group, but he's good at like talking to the police and to security guards, so you kind of keep him around, and it perks him up a bit. It's good for his personality and that, and he enjoys being around because he always just looks like he's just looking around as if to go, I don't really know why I'm here. He's just got that sort of that look constantly.
Well, have you ever seen? Did you ever see the launch of, was it Windows 95 or Windows 98?
No, probably not. I was probably a bit young there. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't have seen it at the time, but there's a video. You'll be able to find it very easily. It became a big meme, and it's the launch gathering, whether it's a party, probably not. It's like some sort of talk or conference when they launch Windows 95 or 98, and it's basically all the Microsoft bunch like dancing around. Basically, a bunch of computer geeks from the 90s, like forcing themselves to dance with excitement to try and get people excited about Windows 95 or 98. And Bill Gates' moving is nothing short of robotic. Like, I put it to you that no human can move as robotic as he does at that time.
That's fair enough. So how old is he then? So going back to when he must have been put into circulation then, maybe at that point they only had the ability to sort of develop brain or cognitive function within the synth and not quite mobility, not advanced mobility.
I don't know, because he's 65, so 1955 he was born, and Elvis was created well before that. Look how well they made Elvis move.
But was he that bright? He died on the toilet because he filled himself full of fucking... Didn't he claim that the drugs he was taking was to try and help him shit?
Well...
Or is that like a sort of rumour?
That's a load of bollocks, because the shit he was on was very heavy prescription medication. He was absolutely banging them in. The bloke was a barbiturate addict, if I'm not wrong, as well. I think he was a big fan of uppers and downers. So he didn't have the intellect.
A middling medley.
He was thick as shit, if I'm not wrong.
Well, there you go then. So maybe they can't put, like you said with Stevie Wonder, they can't put all of the superpowers in at once. Stevie Wonder's a cracking piano player. He's a good singer. He gets a crowd going, but he can't see.
Do you know what it is?
Elvis, not that bright, but he could sing and he could dance.
We may have cracked this, because I'm going to come back to Fallout 4. See, last week, Big Les was basically the source of all of our knowledge, and Fallout 4 might be this time. Because you talk about synths and everything, I'm going to put it to you that at the start of most role-playing games,
you have that triangle.
You select your stats, don't you?
Yes.
So you select, like, athleticism, intellect, charm, talking, all that shit. And basically what they've done is they've put all the stats up just on one for each of these test subjects.
Just to see what happens if we put this to the excess.
Yeah, like Keanu Reeves has got 100 charm. He's the nicest man on the planet, and he's also got 100 athleticism. Look at he does all his own stunts. He does all the shooting and that. He's got all that. Elvis had artistic flair, and basically the ability to withstand a hell of a lot of drugs. Stevie Wonder had the ability to wave his head about very well and play the piano. But each one of them, they've left the other stats and completely ignored them. They've never made a balanced one.
Almost to leave them to develop naturally a little bit. We'll see what happens with these. We'll leave these at base levels, and then we'll put him at max at this. And let's see how he fares.
Yeah, and to see if they could create intelligent life, to see if it would develop of its own accord.
Who got luck then?
Who got luck?
Because you could. I'm trying to
Nicolas
think
Cage.
Actors, and you could think. No, Nicolas Cage didn't get luck. The only reason he still does films in it because his wife fucking took all his money or something. So now he's massively in debt and he has to make these films.
No, the reason he still gets in films, or the only reason he's ever got in films, is because he's part of the Coppolas.
What's that?
So, is it Francis Ford Coppola? Basically, the Coppolas are a very historical, massive film family. Going back,
I never knew this.
Mate, the Coppolas are pretty much Hollywood. They are Hollywood Illuminati royalty. Like,
that's madness, mate.
The only reason Cage gets roles is because he's a distant relative, or he's a relative of the Coppolas, and they basically what they say goes. They're fucking massive.
Sounds like a load of old Coppolas, mate.
Wee. But I mean, look, who does get luck?
Steve Buscemi would have fucking to get cast in serious roles and that, because he looks like he'd only ever play villains.
Yeah, but the thing is with Buscemi though is
he has played a lot of villains as well.
He's very well. He's one of my favourite actors, Buscemi, but I can't say that's luck. because this is what I mean. He actually has talent to back it up.
Yeah.
Now, who's got luck? That's a very good question. I'm trying to think of someone who's like, they've managed to get on, do very well, make a lot of money, but
And carry on with it.
But by being shit.
Yeah.
Who's done that? Who still gets by in their crap? What about
Entertain yourselves, guys, while we sort this one out.
What about I don't want to bring it back to like politics or current affairs, but what about a certain Mr. Trump?
Don't know. Like, again, though, that you said Nicolas Cage couldn't have that because he was born into families.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
You're
believe
right.
that Trump is actually a time traveller who's also his own son and grandfather.
What?
So, have you never found this? Oh,
I've
mate,
never found this, but
that's a lovely little corner of the internet to get lost in.
I mean, I know his dad and his granddad were both absolutely fucking minted, which is how he's basically got his fucking leg up in society. But I didn't know he was meant to be his own dad.
No, I don't think he's his own dad. I think he's his own granddad and his own son. He's all three of them. That's all the same person living along this different weird little timeline.
Yeah.
And
So if
at the
he's
moment,
saying-
the two of them are living together, but neither of them, like one of them knows apparently. I think it's obviously the older one knows, and the younger one got placed there so that he could see what the older one does, so that he can do that when he's older, and then he can go back and become his granddad, so that his granddad, well, is what would be realistically at that point his great granddad. But obviously, like, it's a paradox, and because it's a paradox, it's not true, you know. But
yeah, that was the only thing stopping this from being
that's
realistic.
the flaw. That's the part where it makes you go, "That's just silly." That.
So
The
Melania
biggest
is his
question is,
handler.
who's his dad? Possibly. I mean, would you have the handler that open and close though? Realistically,
She's got to be close. She's got to be there at all times. What if she has to put in the self-destruct code?
oh, is he a synth as well? He's saying he's a synth as well. But it makes
Look.
sense for him to be able to time travel if he was.
I've never seen a human without hair.
I don't know.
I doubt
but-
you've even come across an animal without hair. And I'll put
No,
it to you
and I've
that
tried
hair
to
is
replicate
synthetic.
it as well.
Mate, I don't doubt that for a second.
I have. I thought it'd be a good idea.
Mate, I'm still stuck on luck, you know.
Yeah, it's an hard one, isn't it?
Philip Schofield.
Yeah, he seems to be a bit of a golden boy. Who is the golden boy? Oh, what about oh, fuck me, Bez. Not knocking him. He seems to have
Yeah.
done very well just by being a sound guy. So he's just being a sound guy in this weird little development of skills when the synths are made. Is like being sound? Is that their equivalent of luck?
Yeah, because I can't imagine being sound is part of their usual, like, personality. I don't imagine
So
many
they were
are.
like, let's throw this in. Let's see what happens if you make actually genuine people. Let's see, you know, people that are just fucking normal. Let's try and make one of the synths like that.
I've got someone else coming from outside of the Discord. Someone's coming to us in Facebook Messenger saying Danny Dyer.
Oh yeah, he's done fucking well, hasn't he?
Thing is though, I don't
I think he can act though. I think he can act.
Danny Dyer doesn't come from luck. Danny Dyer, they stuck the geezer level up to 100 and ignored everything else. They just thought, we're going to stick the bloke notch up as far as it goes, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to outlaw Danny Dyer. Now, Foresight in the chat has suggested that The Rock is some sort of mutant. Now, that I fully agree with. 100%.
He is a beast, and he's constantly in popular culture.
Constantly a popular, highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Is he actually?
100%.
That's a fucking shame, that realistically, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it is.
Some of the films he's made.
Exactly.
I've seen that Rampage on Netflix, and I like shit-looking films, but it doesn't even look like it'd be fun.
Is that the one about the gorilla?
Yeah, some massive gorilla and dinosaur. It's the old game, innit? I think it was I want to say a SNES game, but I don't think it was. Like where you had to destroy the city. They've turned that into a film and put The Rock in it.
Yeah, I've seen adverts, but to be honest now, whenever I see anything with a person and a gorilla, I think Mighty Joe Young. Do you remember Mighty Joe Young?
No, not at all.
No one seems to remember this fucking film, you know. I'm sure this is something that only happened to me. Maybe Mighty Joe Young doesn't exist for anyone else. It's about a big gorilla. Was brought out early 2000s. It's a fucking good family film, and I'll argue with anyone who suggests otherwise. Now, while we're on mutants and while we're on... Now, someone's put this name in the chat, but they haven't put it with the relevance that I'm going to put it. You know, earlier we talked about Elvis and the fact that the white man wanted to see how much black DNA they could get to create the perfect human, so they gave him all the dancing and musician and creativity side, yeah?
Right.
So, the reverse. Do you remember child TV presenter Andy Peters?
No, I've just seen that in the chat there, and I don't know that name at all.
Google Andy Peters, you'll see his face.
Peters.
And I put it to you that Andy Peters is the reverse of Elvis, and they took a black man and thought they'd inject him with all the white DNA possible to create...
obviously that's fucking Tiger Woods.
No. Infidelity, having groove, wearing Nike. Tiger Woods is still very much a black man.
Do you think?
Yep. Andy Peters. Andy Peters.
I recognise his face.
The whitest black man in existence. Me and Jamie this week, literally this week, have been talking about how Andy Peters is the whitest black man on the planet, closely followed by Simon Webb from Blue.
I'd say this guy more, Andy Peters more.
That's
maybe,
it's
a strange thing to say that someone's the whitest guy ever, but the sweater vests don't help.
No, they're very Carlton Banks, aren't they?
Yeah.
He is...
It's like a caricature. It was like he was trying to be some form of caricature.
Well, so was Elvis.
Yeah. Which plays into the synth thing, doesn't it?
100%, mate. 100%.
And trying to develop society through the synths.
Yeah, because he was on Blue Peter. So that he's literally... He's teaching our young. Or was... he was teaching me. I'd put it to you... that Andy Peters made me the man I am today.
Do we report him or what? What do we do?
Andy Peters is beyond the law. You got to know this.
Like Fred the Weatherman.
What, from ITV, GMTV?
Yeah, Fred the Weatherman. He got, I think he got gripped for non-sin, didn't he?
He did, and at the time, I actually raised a point about this. What I said at the time was that an island in the middle of the Thames is the best place for a pedo, and we should just keep him doing the weather there.
I don't know. I mean, I guess at least we know where he is.
But
He's in Sheffield. Is it? Oh, there's just like a live representation on this map in the same Thames of where he is.
He used to
It just starts flickering when he's chasing a child down some street.
Do you not remember that he used to do the weather on a floating country?
Yeah, he used to run around on it and that, innit, and jump around. He had streakers as well and
Which
stuff.
was in the Thames. Did you ever see a child on that foam island? No.
Can't say I did, no.
It's the perfect place to keep on. So you keep him on there all the time, you have him doing the news, and he's basically in prison, but fulfilling his role in society at the same time. And
what if he learns about boats, Jimmy? You're not thinking this through. He could end up fucking hoarding children.
No, well, you have guards around, but his sort of punishment is not only he has to do the weather and he can never leave this foam island, but kids walk past him all the time, and there's nothing he can do.
Well, he could masturbate, like furiously masturbate towards them.
No, that's still illegal, because then he's masturbating in a public place and he just gets further sentence.
Oh, so he's not in a prison sentence while this is going on?
No, that is his prison sentence. To stay on that island doing his job, but he's just never allowed to leave the island.
That's a hellish way to fucking punish someone.
I'm not a nice person.
No, clearly. Like, to be like, I'm going to make you hate the thing you love the most. Saying that, though, he probably didn't love the weather the most, did he, really?
No, he was never caught trying to shag the weather.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. He's not, chasing clouds.
Nope, never fingered the sun.
No.
He's probably fingered someone's son.
I would have thought more than once.
Yeah. It's definitely been rainy and drizzly where he's been, but it shouldn't have been.
Just at the tip of his dick. Maybe he did an MJ though and never actually put his dick in, and then he'd come near them, like as in literally ejaculate near them, and then he'd get in little puns like, "Oh, I missed."
Oh.
Just torment the children, like laugh at my shit jokes whilst I'm molesting you from behind.
I was gonna say
That'd be terrifying.
I'd rather just take the shagging than have to put up with the shit crack. I'd be like, mate, the faster you jizz and just get over with this, I never have to read those one-liners again. I've had enough.
Oh, you don't mean that. This is going to be full of them. And so are you, little boy.
Well, so is he one of the mutants, Fred?
No,
the
no.
Weatherman?
Why would they make him as a mutant? I don't think he was particularly good at anything.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
can you be a good weatherman? Because it's not like a psychic power, is it?
Oh,
like,
no.
That would be a shit superhero or an amazing superhero. Why have they never made a superhero though called the Weatherman?
Now, the thing is, mate, I'll put it to you. It's going to do me head in. I'm going to have to try and remember this for next week. There used to be a weatherman on Northeast Tonight, so on my local weather.
Yeah.
And he used to, so the locations that you see on the country, he used to put them. He used to pick locations, so if you looked from north to south, the beginning of each word spelt a word.
Oh, yeah.
I always found that genius, and on that alone, I will say that you can have a good weatherman.
Yeah.
Because when he stopped, I never watched the weather again.
Was he doing these words on purpose, though, or was that just your overactive mind reading messages off the television?
Well,
did anyone else know that these words were there?
This is something for me and my therapist to discuss, but I'm pretty
got
sure
books full of them.
I'm pretty sure people
just
saw them.
nonsense. Like looks like it's Chinese written in English. I'm
almost certain it happened. Almost. So I'm going to bring this back around. We've basically established that some sort of Vril or alien life form as such is conducting Fallout-like institute experiments and installing synths in the upper echelons of our society. Now, we've established that they're doing it. We've established examples of who they've done it to. Why? And we've only got a minute and a bit to explain this.
Well, obviously the most obvious thing to say would be for an element of control, but why would you make something just to be able to control it? And then even more obviously, you could bring it back to the idea that aliens came to the planet to start harvesting resources from here. We're not useful at all. I mean, look at just mine and your skill sets. Like, you remember nonsense and I can turn dead animals into funny things. We are not useful at all to the alien overlords.
No,
but if they can make
workers.
robots that can do it, yeah, no, not even close.
No.
We don't even entertain the key workers. We entertain more people that are like us. We're probably the worst. So you could have that, mate. They just like, we need a better workforce. The giants weren't cutting it. The humans aren't cutting it, but the robots.
This works a bit because Leonardo DiCaprio has done all this stuff recently about saving the environment and shit, hasn't he? He did that whole documentary on saving the environment, saving the world, blah, 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 which sort of suggests that they're trying to preserve resources, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now,
this could be like their shed.
On that note, do you have any parting comments? Because it's Chod's show in a minute time.
I don't know. Do you want to go on? You go with what? I don't fucking know, man. I don't think ahead like that, innit?
Okay then. So the open book at the centre of the AOI logo is the Quran, which emphasises the origin of the group's ideology and its devotion to Islam. This is reinforced by the Shahada, the Muslim declaration of faith, on the banner at the top of the image. The globe between the two stands for the group's aspirations, inspired by the Salafist ideology of global jihad. The sword is a reminder of the violent nature of jihad and, as a pre-modern weapon, refers to the early days of the struggle. Furthermore, the black background is a direct reference to the battle flag used by the Prophet Muhammad. See page 51. The group's name runs along the bottom. And I think we'll leave it there, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. This has been episode 2. I've been Conspiracy Jim, and you've been Tinfoil Jack. This has been Truth Seeking. Take it easy. We'll see you next week.